Do your friends know that you spend your free time listening to a disembodied voice coming out of a floating hoodie? Like a literal piece of clothing talks to you. You don't even speak back, man. You just listen. This whole thing is entirely one-sided. I don't even actually know you. You're kind of weird, man. Hi again, guys, and welcome back to a public humiliation session. You keep coming back for some reason. Now let's get serious and talk about something a little taboo. Straight people. Listen, I got no problem with those heterosexuals. They can do what they want, as long as they're not hitting on me. I think it's pretty common knowledge that I dabble on both sides of the fence at this point. Men are hot, but I also enjoy me a good meme about getting women. That thing I definitely do. And the subreddit we're looking at today is not about that at all. It's called r/arethestraightsok, and if your only point of reference for straight people was the subreddit, you would definitely think they're not. How many kids do you want? 2 straight male sons, 2 straight female daughters. Why did you have to specify male sons and female daughters? Seems redundant, but what do I know? I want to say this video is meant in good fun, and all of these posts are not a group, but a bunch of individual people being weird as shit. So try not to let it color how you feel about straight people in general, because they already have it really hard out there, guys. We'll get neck deep in this in a second, but did you know there's a limited time hoodie on maskedup.shop? I know I said in the last video that it was the last chance to buy it, but a lot more people than we thought wanted one, so we went ahead and ordered some extra stock. So this beautiful hoodie with the embroidered logo on the front and that cool ass intricate design on the back will be up on maskedup.shop while we still have it in stock. Also, half of you watching aren't subscribed. That's kind of fucked up, man. Subscribe and turn notifications on, or go through a crisis of sexuality live on Twitch. Every new sub, I watch a new gay porno to prove I'm straight. This idea frames sex as something that hetero women are subjected to, rather than enthusiastic participants in. I get the point you're trying to make, but I have yet to meet a hetero woman who enthusiastically participates in sex. Imagine telling on yourself like this. This guy would suck at Among Us. Just look at that self-report. God, please kill me. I can't say I've had sex. That's it. I just can't say I've had sex. But I think that if coming away from it, if every person I ever did it with just looked bored, I'd try to be a little introspective about why that might be. I'd look inside myself and try and figure out if something was going on. And then keep that shit inside. Not put it on Twitter. Like, just look at that reply ratio. If that was people responding to this dude in person, it's like having a whole stadium making fun of you at the same time. I accepted some lady's Facebook request, and she messaged me how she forgives me for fucking her husband. Which I did, it's true. But in my defense, we were 17 at the time, and they hadn't met yet, so I had reason to believe it would never ever come up again. Anyways, how are y'all doing? Honestly, that feels backwards to me. If one of you is gonna apologize to the other for fooling around with the same person, shouldn't it be the person who did it last? Like, have you never heard of dibs? Jokes aside, I would love to hear that conversation between the lady and her husband about the person he messed around with in high school. Listen, Gerald, I am deeply religious, and now that you're married to me, so are you. That means you weren't supposed to have fucked anyone in your entire life until after marriage. You've made mistakes, and so have all the people who have been with you. Wait, why is being with me a mistake? Shh, I'm cleansing you of your sin. Now, if you want to save this marriage, I'm gonna need an itemized list of everyone you've ever slept with so I can message them and just let them know I forgive them for fucking you. My gay ass heart. How and why are they showing this to kids? They've always shown kissing in cartoons. That's a man and a woman. Those are rats. This brings up a long and hard conversation we need to have about how people who saw like anthropomorphic animals in cartoons when they were young were twisted into furries into their adulthood. Like, the most common talking point about this I see is Lola Bunny in the original Space Jam, and it seems like Warner Bros. Has taken steps to mitigate the harm provocative imagery like that can do. But the question is, how much responsibility do we put on a company like Sega for cursing an entire generation to finding Rouge the Bat hot? Because it was definitely on purpose, it's just how much of what came after do we blame on them?
Sonic the Hedgehog. One of the greatest and most attractive characters ever thought up. Speaking of females, the Sonic universe might also be classified as hot chick heaven, and since Valentine's Day is around the corner, I've been inspired to make a top 10 list of the most beautiful female Sonic characters. This is the #1 hottest Sonic the Hedgehog female character, Rouge the Bat.
Thinking about the guy who fully told me, if you keep saying you're a lesbian, men won't want to date you. I know I'm literally reading back the implication of the tweet with this next comment, but it's almost like that's the point. I know the guy who said it probably has like half the normal amount of lobes in his brain, but what was his thought process when he made that comment? Did he just think she was lying about it? Like, even if she was, you should probably just leave it be anyways. Why is he calling another dude babe? People are gay, Steve. That's okay, but I thought gay dudes would call each other hot cock or some gay shit, not babe. Babe is a straight guy word. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, hot cock is pretty good. I might have to steal that one for my men-loving vocabulary. This does feel kinda innocent, like in a weird way. He's got no problem with gay people, just a misconception about the nature of a word, which is definitely not as bad as what it could have been. To be honest, I never even noticed the TikTok on the right because of the young man on the left. Meow? Are you alright, man? I've only ever heard that noise come from my cat, and she's usually scared of something when she makes it. Your post history indicates that you are a guy. Bro, have you not heard of gay people or what? See, this is what I was talking about. The guy before this one was chaotic neutral or whatever, and this is the dark timeline version of that interaction. It's a cautionary tale of how it could have been worse. Eating pussy too submissive for me. It feel gay. This just in. Men engaging in sexual activity with a woman is homosexual behavior. Listen, fellas, I gotta know. Is it gay to have sex with a woman? Why are people freaking out because a lesbian couple is in Finding Dory? No one cared when a girl fell in love with a bee. Lesbian thing aside, that bee movie thing was really weird. Like, the woman had a husband, got left alone in a room with a bee, and picked the bee. The funniest bit about that entire scenario to me is that eventually even Jerry Seinfeld came out and said he was sorry for ever writing that shit. OMG, I heard you're bi, that's so cute. So like, on your gay days, do you think you could be my gay best friend? I want one. She says I want one like she's collecting Pokemon. Yeah, I could just really use a bisexual man to round out my team before I challenge the Elite Four. Also, the use of on your gay days comes off like she can really only be bothered to be around a gay person for half of the week. She's just not ready for full-time commitment. She was definitely scouting someone who is bisexual. How many homos are here? If you are a homo aged 13 to 18, please add me on Facebook. I'm a girl, not gay. I'm just collecting homos for collection. Where would we be without our allies? This really takes my Pokemon analogy to that next level. But hey, at least she's collecting for the sake of collecting. It's always nice to see someone who is just really passionate about gathering a bunch of gay people in one place. That sounds like some shit Lex Luthor would do as a joke. Homosexual people have the right to be in a family. They are children of God, Pope Francis said in one of his sit-down interviews for the film. He is not a true Catholic. He's literally the Pope. Like, for real, he's the de facto Catholic. The hierarchies of real Catholic goes the Pope, and then everyone else is under him. That's like if you were a low-level demon in hell that tried to say that Satan wasn't a real demon, that he's too soft on all those humans. Like, I guarantee he's harsher on them than you, bud. New chair, no homo, but it is very comfortable. Fellas, is it gay to sit comfortably? Not the point of the post, but what is going on with that chair? I have never seen this combination of like a gamer chair and a lazy Susan. It looks like the stands for the footrest were glued on using coat hangers or some shit. Women aren't overly sexualized in media. Sir, there is literally a sexy green M&M. Alright guys, please hear me out. The green M&M could fucking get it. I know this means the propaganda and the marketing is working on me, but I would risk everything for that woman. Girls nowadays learning to do makeup instead of cooking. What do you expect your man to eat? The foundation? Can't wait for men to die of hunger and go extinct because they refuse to use their own hands to make their own meal. So, full disclosure, I am not the best cook. Like, I can make a pretty good egg sandwich, and I'm okay at following the instructions on a meal kit or whatever, but that's pretty much it. The thing is, I'm not proud of being unable to cook. It's something I'm working on. I'm not shitting on other people for not doing it for me, because that would be, what's the word? Oh yeah, cringe. Straights be like, it's a boy! This isn't really like a straight people as a whole thing to me, because I think most of them are pretty tame if they even do gender reveals at all. But it does blow my mind that massive wildfires were started by gender reveals more than once. You heard about the one from last year in California, I'm sure, but that was the second time in 5 years. The same shit happened in 2017 in Arizona, which then carried over to Colorado. And it just baffles me that no one remembered that shit when thinking, let's set off an explosion in another fire-prone, dry state. We need to make a government bureau of gender reveal parties to regulate that shit. Keep it limited to piñatas and cakes only. A right woman can change a devil. I ain't changing shit, bitch. Go to therapy. There's definitely some meta-commentary here about how the devil was forced to rip off his horns in order to be considered changed. Like, he had to grievously mutilate himself, literally amputate a part of his head to be valid in his partner's eyes. This dynamic is not as healthy as the meme implies, but in the opposite direction of what the reply thinks. Get out of that relationship, demon man. No one should be making you hurt yourself like that for their happiness. I took a psychology of gender class, and this ex-Marine, with no context, went on a rant and said, in the Marines we'd play gay chicken, but that don't make me gay. We'd do gay things until one guy chickened out. I sucked a dick once. I ain't gay. I mean, there is no better way to prove how straight you are than to do a gay thing and show that you didn't enjoy it one bit. I got fucked in the ass and didn't come once. Didn't even get a half chub. I got little spooned by a large muscular man and held close to his chest with love and compassion. I was grouchy the whole time. I married a man and raised a kid with him that I've come to love and adore, but only the child raising part, not the other man. Honestly though, if that's scenario actually happened, which I really don't know that it did, it reads like a joke. Like someone who doesn't actually have any problems with gay people and is comfortable enough with themselves to joke about doing gay things. It almost comes off to me like it's satirizing people who are scared of man loving. How is "we don't even want to be married" an entire genre of wedding cake topper? And it's kind of true, nearly half of all marriages end in divorce, and if you get one of these toppers on your wedding cake, you're essentially reading your own future. You can't even say that "time weathered our connection" or "we just really fell out of love." Like, no bitch, you clearly saw that shit coming. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Remember that Masked Up Hoodie has some extra stock on maskedup.shop, only while supplies last, so be swift and aggressive with your parents' credit card. Ask them first, don't steal it. If this video does well enough, I can look into making another one. God knows there is no shortage of posts on this subreddit, so we can always revisit. Drop a like and subscribe with notifications on if that's something you want to see. Remember not to go after any person or group I talked about in this video. It makes you seem like kind of a loser if you do. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and goodbye forever.